So you're not actually saving someone's life by doing CPR. You're buying them time. The purpose of doing CPR is to allow time for first responders to arrive to then give advanced cardiac life support. That's why the first step of doing CPR has nothing to do with the person and has everything to do with calling for help.
Okay. So I call the first responders.
So ideally, you never want to do anything that will distract you from starting chest compressions. Because the faster you can get to doing chest compressions, the better your outcomes.
So I tell someone else to call?
Ideally. If you're alone, obviously, that's not happening. But you can't just say out into the open, hey, someone call 911. Because what happens, everyone assumes the other person calls, no one calls. This happened with many medical emergencies, and it's terrible when it happens. There's actually criminal cases about that. Someone screaming for help, and everyone assuming the other neighbor would call, and then no one ends up calling. So you have to say, hey, you in the blue shirt, you in the pink hat, you call 911. And they will call 911, and you immediately start pushing hard and fast in the center of the chest, one hand on top of the other.
When you say center of the chest, you mean in between the pecs?
Correct.
Okay, so right in between the pecs, one hand on top of the other.
On top of the other.
And what if I break a rib?
And then full body, person's dead.
So I can go as hard as I want to go?
You want to go 2 inches deep, which means pretty hard. Because in order to compress the heart, you need to go 2 inches deep. And 2 inches deep is pretty, 5 centimeters deep. So one hand on top of the other, pushing hard and fast in the center of the chest in between the pecs. And you're doing that until help arrives. Okay, so you see how you're, much like most people who are in really good shape, you're using your triceps. Yes. Try doing that for more than 2 minutes. You will fade, no matter what good shape you're in. In fact, when we're in the hospitals, the way that we do this is maximum 2 minutes at a time, and then we tap out and get the next person in because it's so tiring. The way to full body weight, correct. And you hear the click, that means you're doing it to the correct depth. And that way you will get less tired and you'll be able to do that for longer periods of time.